Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. This is Matthew, aka the Nucleus Cyborg. It is currently 11:56 in the morning. It's almost afternoon here on Tuesday, January 20th. 20th. Well, just like I said yesterday when I posted a video, that I cannot believe how fast January of 2026 is going by. As I said yesterday, 2025, the whole year seemed to go by really, really fast. So I hope this is not a kind of like a premonition of how fast 2026 is going to go. But anyway, let's go ahead. I think you've discovered my new passion. You caught me in the middle of my new passion here for this year. Recently, this shooting guns, going to the range and whatnot. This has been my new passion for the last several months, since about October of last year. My brother started working at a gun range and a gun range and store, and so yeah. After that, I had a few firearms before that, but after I got one at his store, and kind of reignited a passion that I had for guns, and so recently I bought 3 in the last couple of months, and this is the third one I bought, and probably the most exciting and the best one that I bought so far. And recently, since I put a red dot on this gun, I'm telling you, it's almost not even fair to the bad guy that's trying to rob you or kill you, because this gun right here is awesome. And as you can see from the top, here's a 6 Sauer, and this is the first 6 Sauer I've purchased and owned. And so there was a pistol that I wanted to purchase. I saw there was I believe it was a P365, and it was called Tequila. It had like a pink yellowish finish on it, and it looked really cool. But it was sold, and so until his range gets it back in, I'll have to wait. But anyway, let's move on to this gun here, because I'm very excited about this, and this is probably my most favorite gun to go out and shoot with right now. And this is also now my home defense gun, and I've done some things to it, and there's a few more things I want to do to it. So let's get on with this 6 Sauer, okay? So you stick around and we'll check it out. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Let's crack this thing open. So 6 Sauer. So we open it up, and there's a pretty big case. It is a pretty big gun. I briefly mentioned this in my video from yesterday, and as I've seen, it has no views, and I guess I figured out why is because I've already done it. I tend to stutter, and I tend to say all the time. I was rewatching it yesterday before I posted it, and all the times that I say it's incredible. So if you can't get past my stuttering and my go out and check that video out. I very much appreciate it. And so recently I've posted videos, some firearm videos, and so if you want to check out the first and second ones, I'd very much appreciate it. So, but let's move on. So we have here the 6 Sauer, and let's see if we have the instruction manual in here. Well, let's just take everything out. So we'll take the gun out, place it over here. We'll take the 2 magazines out. Let's get the case out of the way here. So let's just get everything out of here, and then get the case out of here. As of now, I haven't bought any special cases to carry cases for my guns. I've just kept them all in the ones that they come with, and it works for me. So, okay, get the case out of the way and clear a little space. Move the camera forward a little bit and adjust the camera angle. There we go. Okay, well, this first thing you don't need to know. Need to see. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Put that aside. And I think something just fell. Yeah, the receipt here just fell. As I said yesterday in my video that I posted with my other gun, I like to keep the receipts with these. This is just a record. I said we'll start here. So I received a discount. Let's see. This is for the Hollow Sun. So see if there's another receipt in here. Yeah, here's another receipt in here. So that'll be the one with the gun. Okay, so I purchased this back on see, the date on here is so hard to find. The 29th of last year, December 29th. Finally the big reveal here. This is a Sig Sauer P320 Flux Legion 9mm, and I'm telling you, this is a very cool gun, a very fun gun to shoot. So put that aside, and we'll get the other receipt out. Like I mentioned before, I recently put a red dot or Hollow Sun on here. Okay, well, I can give you the price. The price I paid was trying to separate the all the tax and discounts. $14.99.99, so $1,500 for this gun, and so it's a pretty significant price tag. But I'm also a member there, so I did get a discount on this gun. Let's see. I have both cash and credit card on here, so I don't know. I think I paid some of it with cash, or most of it with cash, like the better portion. And then I think I had a little bit left over that I had to use my credit card for. So, but total with tax was $1,589. So I think that's what it was. I had the $1,500 in cash. It was the $89 that I did not have. I had to use my credit card for. So pretty significant price tag. But I think this gun, and this is my home defense weapon now. So this is a you get what you pay for. Moving that aside, let's see what else we got here. We have a sticker, Flux Legion. Let's see what here we got here. This is probably the instruction manual. Okay, scan safety instructions and warranty information. Scan the code for operator's manual and warranty. Okay, and what else we got here? We have 6 Sauer spec. This is cleaning stuff. 6 Sauer's brand of cleaning stuff coupon. So what else we got here? 6 Sauer Outpost Experience Centers. So they have their own center somewhere. World-class firearm education for all levels. So it's an advertisement. Scan this code, QR code for information on the 6 Sauer Academy and Experience Center. So they have their own little place where you can go and learn how to shoot if you're a beginner or whatever other level you are. So let's see what else we got here. Spare part. Let's see, what's it? I don't know what this is in here, but it's a spare part of something. Oh, this is for the Hollow Sun that I recently purchased with it. Some other little bitty screws that are in there. So we have another decal and sticker. Let's see, and here's another one. So 6 Sauer, and then this one says Legion. So 6 Sauer Legion. And of course, it comes like all guns. If you buy them new anyway, used probably as well, unless, well, maybe not used, but new, you always get a nice lock with them. If you ever need to travel with them or carry them, it's always best to have it locked up. And so, what's this? Oh, another piece of paper here. 1 month free. Download the app. So 6 Sauer even has an app. There's an app for that. So let's move on here. The 6 Sauer. We'll start with the magazines. This gun, well, we'll start with the gun because the gun has a lot of bells and whistles and buttons and knobs on it. So here's the gun right here. As you can see, it's kind of different from a traditional pistol. As you can see, it's got the pistol right here, but then it's sitting inside all these other stuffs. So, and of course here, right here is the red dot or the hollow sun. So what really caught my attention, first my brother said that he bought this one for his own home defense, and I was looking for a home defense. What I said yesterday in my video is that I was looking for a home defense weapon, but there's again, shotguns or rifles. I just couldn't get my neck eye around so I can see the sights. And that I guess this is the same thing, because that's why I had to buy the red dot and the hollow sun, because I still can't get my neck quite over. I think I eventually actually did with this one, but when you have this brace, which I'll extend in a minute, this brace out, and you're putting your cheek up against that rod, uh, it's not significant, but the recoil after a while it starts. I mean, because your upper jawbone is right there up against that rod, and I'll show you, but and after just a few shots, you're like your teeth start getting jarred, and so that's again that's I don't know why I had to have the red dot. But let's go on with like I said, the bells and whistles that I've been talking about, and that was another attraction when my brother showed me this gun. So here on this side, there's okay, right here on this side, you have this rod right here. You press down on it. Make sure that you're facing away. The brace is away from you, because it does spring out. So you don't want to get hit. So this rod right here, my finger's right on it. It's going to spring out in a minute. So there you go. Springs out like this. Brace this against your shoulder. Hold it here. I am so sorry for pointing that at the camera. What I should have done at the very, very beginning was what we should always do with the firearms, is make sure it's empty. As you can see, there's no magazines in here. And we pull this back. I did already check it, but as you can see, there's nothing popping out, so it is clear. And I apologize for pointing it at the camera for a minute there. You can't get shot, but it wasn't my intention to try to shoot you. All right, so let's move on. So again, you brace this. It's the recoil. You can handle recoil. It's all like I said. It's almost cheating the bad guy that's on you, because it's like, it's hardly any recoil, and you can keep shooting. I had the target the other day, and I messed that target up so bad. It was not even funny, but almost not even funny. So I'm left-handed too as well, so you put like I said, you put the brace up against your shoulder. You'll have the two magazines hanging down. You grip it really, really easy, and with the red dot there, it's not on right now. It's off, but right at the target. It's almost not even funny about how much you can, how much damage you can do with this. Even excuse me, even being a 9mm. Very, very cool. So what you do to close the brace, again, that rod here that you use to shoot it out, again, hold it down, hold that down, and then what you have to do, just like slap it, or use some just use some elbow grease, pop this back in, loosen it back in. There we go. And then you're gonna have to press a little hard to get it back in place. And you'll hear that. I don't know if you heard that click, but it clicks a little bit, clicks into place. So there's that, and I'm telling you, this gun is so fun to shoot, and as a self-defense weapon. I mean, nobody. I mean, just show this and spring this out. Just like, I mean, if you have a laser on your gun and you use your laser, sometimes you don't even have to use your firearm weapon, but just extend this. I mean, just that'll make the person just run. I think it's not even funny anymore. So I'm gonna close this again. There we go. Getting this snap back into place is a little difficult. Got it the first time. There we go. All right. So let's just put the gun aside for a second there. Now it comes with two magazines, two 30-round magazines, and so you have plenty of ammo. See, the one opening up front, this one right here, this is your extra magazine. That's where it goes. Right there, pops right there. And the one in the back here, this is where you're loading like in a regular gun. As you can see, like you have the gun frame right here. You just have all the other bells and whistles over top of it. So just imagine all these bells and whistles gone, and just the gun. And so right back here is where you would load it, and it pops right in there. Now to eject it, you have a release on this side. Let me see if I can locate it. Oh yeah, right here. Right here, you have a release button. This one, I believe, will take out the back one. The one that holds the rounds that go up into the gun. I believe this will release that one. Yeah, that releases that one. But then you also have one that's right behind this. Let me see if I can rotate it around. You can't see. I can't really get you to see it. But there's a button right here. You can see my thumb right here. It goes right back here, and there's a button right back here. It actually will release both of them. So theoretically, if you're firing the gun, and this one in the back runs out, you can press this one down right here. It releases both of them. That one is spent, falls to the ground. You just take this one that falls out, place it right back in there, and bam. So very cool, very cool. Let's get these out of here. All right. Since I put those magazines back in there, nothing went into it. I promise you. But let's check it again. As you can see, the magazines are out, and nothing went in there. Nothing popped out. So this is a very cool gun. I really enjoy shooting this gun. Now, right now we'll get to the Red Sun, the hollow point here, right here. This is really cool. Really helps me shoot. Like I said, like I've already said, shooting at the target, and you can like an outline and just like make a big crater, a big hole right into the target. Of how well I can shoot this gun with the Red Sun red dot on here, and it has. You can't. I don't know if you could. You probably wouldn't be able to see it, but it has features on there where you turn it on. It has this itty bitty dot, red dot, for your sight, and then you click the buttons on here on the side. Side are they on? The buttons on this side. You can click that button, and the itty bitty dot will expand a little bit. And for a third time, it will expand even more. And that's the one I keep it on. So it has like a itty bitty dot, then it's a little bitty circle, and then it's a slightly bigger circle with a dot in the center. That's the one I keep it on, and it is amazing. It is almost not funny. Alright, let's move on, so I can hopefully not keep this video too long with all my stuttering it does. What really kind of like, what's the word I want to use? What put me off about this gun is, since it's so big and has so many bells and whistles on it and buttons and knobs, how do you clean this gun? Now, here on YouTube, I did find a few videos. One video, cleaning it, the guy was taking it all apart. I mean, he, took out the brace, the screws, and all that, and put them aside. I don't know how he was able to keep track of where each screw went and all that other stuff. But then I saw another video where saying that you don't have to take it apart that far. So again, with all the gun is right here. The frame of the gun is right here. All this other stuff that's connected, you don't have to really worry about. You just have to worry about cleaning the gun just like you would a regular pistol, without all these buttons and knobs and screw and bells and whistles. So this is the first SIG Sauer that I've owned. So it took me a while to figure out how to break these down. But what you first have to do, this brace, when it's inside, you have this bar. You have the bars of that extend out. You have the bars that extend out, kind of blocking your path. So right here, that's one of the bars that's going all the way. That's the bar of the brace, and the same on the other side. So this switch right here, you have to rotate this to be able to take the slide off, but you can't do that with the rods here. So you have to extend the brace. So pull down on there and be careful. Again, always watch yourself. You don't want to hit anybody or hit yourself in the face. So extend the brace. And then what you have to do, you have to rotate around. Well, first grip the slide, push it back, and push the catch up, and then catch up to hold the slide in place, and then take that switch and which way does it go, up or down? It's a little sticky. This is a brand new gun, so it's going to be sticky. So press down, pull it down. Okay, so where is it? So right here, when we're pulling it down, it's sticky. There we go. So as you can see, it's pointed downward, and then so you just pull the release, and you have to be careful. I should have held that in place because, it shoots out like that, like a missile. That's another thing too, be careful, just like the brace. Nobody wants to be around. You don't want to hit anybody with that slide when it pops out like that. I should have held on to it, but that's my bad. So, again, all this extra stuff, these bells and whistles, these extra things to hold your magazines, all these stuff you just set aside. You don't need this. You don't need to, well, you will need to clean down in here, but you don't need to do that thorough cleaning. Let's just put that aside for a second. Just like, I was just mentioning that one video, the guy was like taking it all apart, and he had to make himself a map or something, like where all the screws and stuff. So we have the slide here, and just like a regular 6 Sauer pistol, without all the bells and whistles, this is relatively clean too. I haven't shot this in a couple days. I'd love to go back. Probably later this week I want to go back to the range because I love shooting this gun. But that's another thing about shooting this gun, is that and as I've already said about the magazines, 30 round magazine two of them, so that's 60 rounds right in your gun. And then if you add one by putting one into the chamber, 61 rounds. If you haven't figured it out yet or put it together yet, you go through a lot of ammunition with this gun. You can. I usually go to the range. I've said before, to about 200, 250 rounds, and it can go by fast. So that's the one thing to know. You're going to go through a lot of ammunition at the range with this, if you bring it to the range all the time. Now, so just getting back to just breaking it down. Just you have the spring and guide rod. You just pull back on that. Again, it's a little sticky. Take some elbow grease, pull it back. Okay, what's going on here? There it goes. Now, one wouldn't come out. There we go. So the guide rod and spring. You have the barrel here, and we have the slide. And here again, this portion of the gun, you don't really have. Oh, let's just stop recording. Okay, well, I'll see if I can edit that, or I might have to leave that part in where it just froze for a second there. But you will have to clean out inside here, the rails and the guiding rails and all that other stuff. Clean it down in here. But that's it. You don't really have to take all of this apart, because that's a really, really thorough cleaning. And again, you'll have to make it yourself like a map or something. And then to put it back together, we just reverse the process. We take the barrel back into the slide, down into its place, push it into place. The spring and guide rod will only go in one way, so you just place that back down into its spot, its place, and just push back on the spring, push it into place, and there you go. There you have it. And then again, you just guide it onto the rails. You have to, use your lubricant and your cleaner, whatever cleaner you use. Clean off those rails, or put some lubricant on those rails as you're putting them back into place. Match up the two little grooves right there with the two silver slides there. Push it all the way back. Press up the slide again to hold it in place. And then the switch right here. Goes right back, pull it right back up into place. I'm gonna hold it in place this time, but it should stop. So, and then just pull the release, pull it back into place, and everything should be good to go. Just as long as you clean down in there. Just like you would a normal pistol, really. You don't have to worry, like I said, all this frame and all this other bells and whistles and stuff, all these extra features. You don't really have to give it break it all the way down to give it like a extra thorough cleaning. And then again, the brace. Hold down this rod in the back. Right here, this rod. Hold down this rod. Hold down the release. Then just give this a hard slap. There we go. Press it back, and then this is the hard part. You just gotta give it some oomph, give it some elbow grease, and make sure it snaps back into place. Here we go. And there's that. This is an awesome gun. I would recommend this as a home defense weapon. I mean, this is my home defense weapon now, and I keep it loaded. I don't know if you've caught it before, but all these magazines are loaded. So I'm ready to go with that. I did have one in the chamber. This is the rounds that I use in here. Critical defense, I believe they're called. And they have a little red tip. So they're hollow point, and then they have that little red tip. Just to be able to, defend yourself. And if you've noticed my shirt as well, I do take karate, but going with, it's called self-defense, not offense. This and that. This and that. Now, it might, some people might say that it's what's the term? Naive. People might say that I'm naive because I say it's called self-defense, not offense. The goal object is not to hurt somebody else. It is to stop them from hurting you. So even though I have a firearm, even though I know take karate, know how to defend myself, I am a second-degree black belt. So even with all that, even that aside, my goal is to stop the person from hurting me, not to necessarily hurt them or in the situation where you have to use your firearm, incapacitate them. I'm not going to. I would not use. Same as with karate, you're not going to use more force than necessary. Just enough force to stop the person from hurting you. We have these drills where we take somebody down, and then we give them a finishing move. I mean, I'm not talking WWE here or anything like that. We'll give them a chop. We'll give them a stomp or something like that, and then that's it. Just one finishing move, because if you start boom, 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 that's too much force. Anybody that might see that, that will not go with you well in court. Same here principle I say with firearms. You're not. My goal is not to hurt somebody else or incapacitate them, kill them. And some people might say that it's naive because if a person came to you in a situation where you would have to use a firearm, the person is trying to hurt you, to kill you. So you holding back is very naive. Possibly, very possibly. But I'm also, aside from believing in self-defense and defending myself, the Second Amendment, being able to carry all that aside, I value life. It is not weak to value life. So I say, enough force just to defend yourself, not more. Self-defense, not offense. So anyway, thank you for sticking with me. I'm going to try to not keep this video very long. It probably is going to be all I've already spoken. Yeah, here it is on about 30 minutes on the second segment here. So it is going to be a long video. Third one. This is the last firearm that I have as of now to share with you. I had two more on my list of guns. Yes, I had to start making a list of guns because shooting sports or the shooting sport and going to the range and all that stuff is very expensive hobby. Why all hobbies that are worth it are expensive? I don't know why that is, but so I had to make a list. That one I mentioned earlier about the P365 with the what did I say? Tequila. That's what it was. That's what the name was, and like I said, it had the kind of like pinkish, yellowish finish on the slide. It just looked really cool. Some might say that you don't really need a gun that has a kind of like a. You remember if you've ever seen U.S. Marshals, when Deputy Gerard Tommy Lee Jones is meeting Robert Downey Jr. As he's playing an agent in there or something like that. He said, show me your weapon. He shows him his weapon. He's got a Ruger, I believe it is. I can't remember what the model it was, but anyway, that's not really the point. The point was that the one that he showed him was silver, you know, and after looking at it, Tommy Lee Jones, Deputy Gerard, goes, "You just get yourself a Glock. Use that nickel-plated sissy pistol." So you really don't. Some might argue that you don't need that. That's not the goal. The goal of a gun is to defend yourself, not look pretty. So, but anyway, as always, I tend to ramble on. So I'm going to try to end this video because yesterday, another thing I get to is I think of something and then I say it and then I think of something else. I think of something else, then I think of something else, and 5 minutes before that, I said, I'm trying to end this video. So I'm gonna try to end this video. So what I'm gonna say to end this video is I'm gonna say if you like this video, please give me a comment down below. Leave a thumbs up on this video, and then subscribe to my channel, which is not a very big channel. I don't really, probably, like I said, I figured out probably before, is that I don't have a big following. Because there it is right there. I say all the time. I stutter. I don't really have a script, so to speak. I just go with what's on my mind. So I probably don't have a big. That's probably why I don't have a big following. There's something on YouTube happened a few months ago, and I think before then I lost all my content. I had probably at least 50 videos posted, and they were just actually everything I do is really, I would watch it again. The things that I want to watch again. I had a lot of Disney videos on there. I had the parade from Halloween. I had the parade from Christmas on there, and I lost those. That's things like that I would want to rewatch again. That's why I posted them on there. So, here on YouTube. So But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you clicking on this video, putting up with all my and all my stutters. Thank you so much. Have a good day. God bless.